Hi, I'm Justin Cook.
And I'm Kaylee Cook, and we are husband and wife photographers and videographers.
And our company is Aurora, Adeleigh. For the past 9 years, we've been shooting weddings and telling love stories all over the world. At first, we wanted to make movies, but then one friend asked us to do a wedding for them, and the rest is history.
Yeah, I used to write screenplays, and he used to work in production in LA. So we both have a love for storytelling, and I feel like photography and videography kind of falls into that. We're storytellers. We get to capture love stories. And we've always shot as a team. I feel like we work really well together. We might argue like cats and dogs sometimes, but that's called communication. So yeah, we work really well together. We've always worked well together, and we love it. It's so much fun. So obviously, when you are more into the creative side of something, which we are, it's hard to kind of manage the business side because it is a business.
Yeah.
So we decided that we're not going to handle that. we actually hired an amazing admin coordinator.
We're the artsy people. We like to take the photos and do the videos, and that's it.
You know, we did a friend's wedding, and then it kind of like was a snowball effect.
I think some things in life come natural, while other things don't. You have to really, really work at it. Our skills took time. We had to develop those over time, but falling into the business, for whatever reason, this was where we were meant to be.
If you do what you love, everything will fall into place. So obviously, a couple is trusting us with one of the biggest days of their lives. There's a lot of pressure involved with that. We actually view every single wedding as a production. I think that's important for us to do because we're telling a story. Also, communication with that client, knowing what they want is so important.
But also there's that part of us that we've been doing this for so long now that it almost comes natural, right? When you first step into this type of business, it's not easy. We've learned to weave in and out of those situations very well now, whereas at first we may not have been perfect and adept to it, but now it's very different. Hypothetically speaking, the perfect wedding for us would be a wedding with the perfect light. What is the subject going to look like when it's under a different condition of lighting, right? And I think that's where LumeCube steps in and helps us so much, because when we're shooting weddings and we get into a dark spot, or especially at receptions, there's nothing better than taking out your LumeCube lights and being able to light up the subject and making them still feel alive on frame. When it comes to getting the right gear for your wedding, you definitely want to do things that work for you. Whether it's the cameras that you use, the lights that you use, whatever it may be, you want to select things that you feel comfortable with, and then you want to take time to learn them.
There's not a one-size-fits-all in this industry. You find the gear that makes you excited, constantly keeps you excited, makes you love your art and your craft.
Every lighting setup for any scenario is always going to be different. But one thing you do want is a beautiful backlight, a beautiful side light, and you're always looking to add drama into every shot.
Absolutely. It's so important to us to make sure that we have good lighting for every ceremony, because you can't depend on the venue to provide that light.
That's right.
It might be good one day, but every single wedding, the timing's different, the weather's different. So it's so important to us to have LumeCube, because literally we can adjust our lighting as needed, and we bring enough lighting to adjust as needed. I, for one, am a huge fan of LumeCube. I know that a lot of people love Flash, and Flash is great in some instances. However, Flash also can get overheated. Your flash can also misfire in an event where everything is critical. Like, it is critical to get every single shot, especially like a bouquet toss, an exit, garter toss, cake cutting. All of those things are super important. That's why I love LumeCube's continuous lights. They're also not very intrusive. They're like polite. I guess that's the best word.
That's a good way to say it. We've used a lot of different lighting systems.
It's very harsh. It's harsh on guests, harsh on the eyes, and LumeCube isn't like that. It's very even.
Let's say you're shooting a reception and you don't want a guest to be turned away by your light. That's why LumeCube is so fantastic, because it does a great job of soft lighting every single subject, but yet making them pop on screen.
You can also adjust and add color. You can do white light, you can do warmer, you can even do red, and I love that because it's so nice to be able to be creative with your lighting. And then also, if it's an overcast day and you want to add a little bit of sunlight, you can do that artificially with Lume Cube and it doesn't look fake.
Yeah.
I love it.
When it comes to shooting a wedding, without a doubt, you want to end the night very well, and every night ends with an exit that is almost always in the dark. And our favorite Lume Cube light for exits is
The Lume Cube Studio Kit.
we put one light behind the subject in the back, and then we put one light in the front. It gives us continuous lighting that always makes the subject look really, really good.
Also, I have to say, another one of my favorite Lume Cube lights is the Panel Pro.
Panel. Oh
Yes.
my gosh, the Panel Pro is amazing.
It's amazing. Say it's like really, really dark, or we're trying to shoot fireworks, but we also want to keep the couple in focus and lit up as well. And that Panel Pro is just an easy thing to just snap onto the hot shoe of your camera. Another thing that I absolutely love incorporating Lume Cube lights into is my bridal portraits and my bride and groom portraits. I love a good studio session, and I love to emulate kind of like that filmy kind of look, kind of like an in vogue kind of style, and Lume Cube is the perfect kind of lighting to do that. It's not too harsh, but it does have some dramatic. You can make it as dramatic as you want to, depending on the pose. We've literally replaced all other lighting with Lume Cube. It's because it's so simple and so easy.
Like anyone in the world, you can follow our journey online. You can head over to AuroraAdeleigh.com or check us out on Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram by just searching Aurora Adeleigh.
And as far as our future plans, you know, keep following us. We might be doing this until we're like old and gray. You might see us hobbling around.
Let's do this video in 20 years.
Yeah, we might look a little different, but hey, we plan on doing this, you know, till the day that we just can't do it anymore.
That's right.
So.
And cut.